There was a moment that I nearly gave it up because of
Mm,
something that happened at St. Patrick's.
okay.
I was due to take my vows, and I requested it through the priest in the office, and I got a phone call. For whatever reason this happened, I don't know. I've forgiven them now. But it did take me a long time to get over it and to forgive this individual. The other brother denied me to have my vows on the altar at St. Patrick's and told me that the archdiocese wouldn't allow me to take my vows. And I said, well, you took your vows at St. Patrick's because I stood with you as your witness on the altar. He said, yes, but they made an exception and they're not going to for you. And it was the way that it was said to me over a phone call. I had heard this clinking and clanking in the back, so I knew this individual was, and I'm not going to mention names, I knew this individual was at a lunch somewhere having lunch. And I just said, okay, I have to go now. And I just hung up the phone. So I immediately resigned from the choir and my duties at St. Patrick's. And I went around lost for quite some time. Didn't know what I was going to do, where I was going to go. I went searching for God in several different places. Um, I went to Coral Gables United Methodist Church.
Oh
God was
wow,
not.
so you even left the Catholic faith for
I
a while?
switched. I switched for quite
Wow.
some time.
Wow.
That was an experience in itself. And ultimately, I knew that God wasn't there for me, and
Mm,
He wasn't.
mm.
So I went back to the Catholic Church, to St. Mary's. I joined the choir at St. Mary's Cathedral with the Archbishop, where I then became cantor for the Archbishop
I
for the
see.
Masses. And at that time, I found my faith again. Unfortunately, the pandemic hit. And so things changed dramatically. I then moved after the pandemic. I'm not going to get into the heart thing that I had to have surgery for, but I went to St. Martha's here in Miami Shores, and it really wasn't there either.
Mm,
I had retired from Barry University because of an accident that I had been in, auto accident.
mm.
And I was bored. And I said, I want to get back on campus and be surrounded by the kids again. I call them kids. I wanted to be surrounded by the kids again and the people that I worked with for so many years. So this position at Coriezu Chapel opened up
Mm.
for sacristan, and they hired me. And
Wow.
I have to tell you that Father Humphreys is a godly man.
Oh, he is. Oh,
He has
yes, he is.
really, I'm trying not to get emotional here. He really has. I found God there,
Mm,
the godly man,
mm,
and I said this to him not long ago. I said, you know, Father, I said there are some men that are in the priesthood that really shouldn't be in the priesthood. They are not godly, and I said when you stand on that altar and you are giving your homily and you are preparing the host and the Eucharist, I said, I see and feel God there. And I said, not many priests are able to do that for me. So that's my travels as a brother. And I've come alive more now than I ever have in my life as a brother and sharing myself with helping others. I used to work very deeply in the hospital ministry because I wanted to visit patients who were ill and see if I could comfort them and help them. And I felt that I made a difference there. So it's been a long journey for me.